When Steel talks, everybody listens.
When you come out this evening and do a little rehearsal by yourself, so you sit down by the street corner, you put the pan on you, you have your two sticks on you. Look how foolish people is playing. Cops come and police, beat you, take away your drum, pelt it away, and you learning to play music. So he destroying you, but you play, now you ain't interfere no more. You just sit down there and music yourself. He run you down. You might even get damaged, hurt. Hold you, lock you up. Throw away your pan, mash it up, lock you up. So what sense does he say? Now we told them that they now are involved in the police. They have the police band, they have the Coast Guard band, they have the regiment band. You know? And you telling me, I can remember a night he was parading Christmas time, boy. And the police, and if I tell you, no, he was parading Christmas time. And who you think was the leader of the band? Make a guess. You know who was the leader of that band? The commissioner. Who was the commissioner of police? Ronald Bowers. He was the captain of that band. Huh? He was the captain of that band. And police running down himself, him, and other guys. Huh? For playing that at that time. And look, everything come and change now.
I'd like to ask a question. I noticed something about older folks that used to play the pan, like yourself and others, that they really play by ear.
Yeah.
And I always look at it as very interesting, something that I always wanted to develop. I mean, it's hard. I always wanted to develop.
Go ahead.
I would like to know, is it better that way, you know, using it by ear, or the way they're doing it now, like all learning notes and...
Learning notes? You know why
But does it make you look better reading the notes than, you know, doing it by ear? Like you hear a song and you just could play it 1, 2, 3, and, you know, me, I would go and look up the notes, get the key.
But knowing the song, no, playing the song. What about the chords to the song now?
You listen to that too.
You see, that's the next part. Now I could hear a song, right? I don't know, I might know so much music like anybody here, but I have an idea of what's happening, you know? But I could hear a song, alright, I get that song, and before I reach outside and get in my car, I know exactly what kind of chords I could, arrangement I could do.
Yeah.
If I learn that tonight, keep that in my head, and I go to sleep, and I get up in the morning, I still have that here.
Not necessarily.
Huh?
Not necessarily.
No, I said that has happened to me. Yeah.
That's where the benefit of being able to read notes.
Right.
And
You see?
sometimes
Right,
they
yeah.
come to you, and then it's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
You
You could write it. Yeah. You could write it down and have it. You know. But sometimes I will drive and I go up the street, you know, and different things come to your mind. You know what I mean? You have about 3 different things come to your head, and you driving going uphill. Maybe sometime when you reach where you're going, you forget everything. But most likely you might remember something out of what's happening. You know? But when you could read and write, you could just, you know, you drive and you stop by a light and you put on the thing and you're going again. You.
Well, a blind person, we all have senses.
Right.
And we're all supposed to be able to develop these senses.
Yeah.
But it just so happens that a blind person, since he has lost his sight or doesn't have his sight for whatever reason, his hearing has developed acutely, right?
Right.
So at that time, I believe they didn't really know how to read music.
No.
It was more an outlaw thing.
Right.
So your ears developed.
Right.
So we now in a period now for documentation and for reading, in the sense of being able to go ahead faster, we need to know how to read.
Right.
But we need both. So you have a school system like here, or any school system, where not only are you learning how to read, but you also have ear training. So
air training, that is important.
But the main thing is that you must use everything that you have. not to say that we must learn how to read and forget how to use our ears, or only use our ears and forget how to learn how to read. We need both. We need everything.
So, you know what that comes like the steel drum, right? You have the steel drum. You have the strum in front of you. You have your pitch pipe. You have everything. Now the strum is going to direct you as is a fifth, a second, a third, a fourth, and put it in you. But that strum is telling you that is the song. Is the song had to come here. You see, you have to put that song here for that to register. If you don't, if that ain't have no song, then you just keep shifting to different direction. So you must have that song on the note to project the rightness of the note on the strum. You know? So that come like the same thing what you're saying, you know. Something a guy might be able to see, but he can hear. A guy might be able to hear, which I see already. In the Deaf Institute in Trinidad, they're playing pan. I had a Chinese guy, I don't know if he used to do it, but he used to come down on port services, you know, port services. We used to have boxing and things. But we had a little group there. This Chinese guy used to come there every day. He can't see, he can hardly hear. And he just comes so. And he sat behind this pan. I don't know, I used to show him things. And he played, which I try to figure out, I can understand, you know what I mean? Like this guy, he's not seeing, because when he finished, he had to take him home and cross him over the street, so I know he can't see. You know? So, I started thinking about this thing, you know? He's cannot see, could hardly hear. And he interested in playing the steel drum and playing. And he used to have a group in the Blind or the Deaf Institute, which was nice, you know what I mean? So all these different things depend on all different things. You lose this, you gain here, you know. But I think reading and learning, you know, to write and different things help you a lot. You know why it helps you a lot? Because sometimes I say, like, if he's a panist, right? And a guy comes and says, well, look, I hired you tonight to do a recording. All right. So what time? I say, I want you to be there about 8 o'clock so we can get everything together. When you come in there, 8 o'clock. So yeah. And you this. And he leave you in your room. So he expect that from you. Right? So he gone to something else. So in that case now, you could actually stay there and do your reading and get your song. Instead of asking him how the song go and what key it in, you know. So that's why sometimes you lose out. Because if you go and say, well, look, I'm a professional. You see, when you use that word professional, you have to be real heavy when you use that word professional. Like I see some guys say, as a professional musician, as a professional musician. I say, but you mustn't use that word. So you use a professional musician? You say yes. I say, all right. Hear this. Da-da. What's the first chord? Man, I gotta run, boy. All of a sudden you gotta run. You know? See, sometimes you see as a professional musician, when you go there, the man give you a chart to run down. Whole night you know. So it's good to learn to read, write, and hear properly. You know, what you can't make out, you could hear it, because sometimes, let's say, like, you're going to play on a session, you yourself, a bass player, and a drummer. You carry and lead. You have a bass player, you have a singer. You play it all the time, sometimes you have to block chords and different things. And you might know the chords. But if you're listening carefully, you're listening to the bass player, you can get your whole coordination coming down because it didn't. So you had to be able to hear these movements, and then you could get your chords done. Everything worked fine.
You started at the time to be panel. Play now.
I know where you're coming from. I know.
When I started playing,
Yeah.
I used to learn about 20 tunes every year. Nowadays, the pan bands will only play one song for a whole session.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that?
You see that? That is the most sort of foolishness I can ever hear. Because I will tell you something, right? I will tell you something. In my time, right? Carnival is Monday and Tuesday. Alright? Before Carnival reach, we have, as you say, sometimes we have about 10 new songs. The panorama song, you have a pop song, you have a bomb tune. And look how hard it is, look how easy it is. A calypso might come out late Carnival Sunday night. A new calypso which is hot. You learn that Carnival Sunday night in the Juve morning. And before you reach East Town, you have it hot going up the street. Right now, you're taking 3 months. It gets you. You get you.
Yeah, but part of that because they don't learn the basics.
Yes, you get tired. You see, you come out now. Juve morning, whole day going up. You can't change. You can't change your next song because you only concentrate on one panorama song. It take you 3 months to learn a panorama song. In the 50s, it take us 1, sometimes 3 weeks to learn about 10 songs, as you see, or 20 songs. Panorama, bomb, and a pop song. And that's that time. And you're gone. Now it's taking you 3 months to arrange one tune. Alright, you have that tune there. You're going up for preliminaries. Brap, they throw you out. Now you start practicing. You throw you out. You take 3 months. And you reach preliminaries, they throw you out. Clean. You have one song. So right now, how it goes in Trinidad now is that when they disqualify you throw you out from the preliminaries. That's it. You ain't practicing no more till Carnival reach.
Two reasons could be for that is the fixation on panorama as the thing that you have to be practicing for. And the other thing is when your band come out in preliminaries, after the players running to find a band to play in the semi-final.
Right. You see?
So
see all
you
these
have
things.
a band after you come
That
out
never
to
used to
play.
happen in my time. You know, it never used to happen. If you do your band, you with this band. If your band lose, you stay with your band. You understand? But now, from the time your band lose, I see, he playing this band. He gonna perform with this band because this band win. So when this band win now, you can't come back over here because you're over here already with this band now. So that is them. One player leave and going over here. So next year now, he have one more added to his band. You know? So all this thing coming up. I don't know how it takes so long. I don't quite understand how it just takes so long. I see Bugsy Sharp did something for Moods when they had Panama. Bugsy take 4 days and come with Panama. And they lost. I couldn't see they lost, period. I couldn't see they lost. They win that Panama that year. But they say they lost. There's no way they could have beat Moods.
Look at this.
But that 4 days, and a classical piece, you know, classical number. Like you play high, you of course, you play Ave Maria and different things, you know what I mean? If they bump to be that, could be something else, you know what I mean? Then you have a pop song like any little love song or something like that, you know? That is all.
So it's 3 times. Bomb, like what?
I put it like this. I put it at, we used to learn panorama song, a bomb competition, right? And a little pop song, you know, something just to move along the road, you know.
Classical.
We learned that in sometime in a month or less than a month. And sometimes I would look at, for instance, like Gina and Dinah. Gina and Dinah came out the Sunday night. And by the Monday morning I was at Dixieland and we had that going down the road, Gina and Dinah, because it was a hit. When Sparrow sing, come back, Sparrow, come back home. When the time that come, everybody had it. But now it's like that. Nothing like that at all. You take it every night. And you see something you do for about a week. It gets to you. It gets to you because, like, God, man, every night. That's insane. Now it might have some will catch in a night. It has some might take 2 nights. I could take that. But not whole week we going Nah.
Well, could it be possible because it's a competition and for that particular song and it costs you could get a lot of money for that
right,
if you win that.
Yeah.
Because of that back in the day, you don't get no money, you get $2.
Right, but I'm going to tell you something about that. You see, that's why a lot of people never used to go and listen to Panam. Panam was that way. But when they come up in front of you, that's it. You're all dead. You understand? You're dead. Now you go by Panam and you start there for 2 hours. For 2 hours. You go home. You come back down tomorrow night. It kind of you get tired, right? But the night of the final decision coming down there, you won't get licks because he have and he have everything done, so you're lost. That is the only thing. But I'm always speaking about it like calypso and thing, you know what I mean? They have to be that long because when other guy arranging a Panama tune and he taking 3 months to do that Panama tune, he had to have a lot of parts, you know, because you know, like when he come down with this part, Leo, you will see a fella playing one part for the whole week. Then next week you come up with the same thing again. So if it's 3 months, that means you have to be putting in parts, changing parts, and keeping it lively. Because you don't want to, not to say like a classical piece that you have to have it identical way that it will take about. Classical piece too, sometimes used to take about a month alone, 2 songs. Classical piece and a piece of your choice. A month. Right, but a calypso now is one thing going on all the time. You put in this part, you take out this part, you put in this part, you go and go next week now. Why, oh God, why can't that part, why can't play that part, oh God. You already know how to come up with, create something now to make it more lively now for you. Because when you leave this band and you're walking down the street and you hear them, renegades, you hear renegades, damn boy, God, renegades. The song ain't nice to you, you know why? Because you wasn't there all the time. So now you say, boy, I gotta go and play renegades, boy, renegades, have it done. But when you stay down with renegades and you stay with renegades now for about, let me say 2 weeks, damn, what? You know, you keep making different changes because everything is not something you adding on tonight, tomorrow night or something, you know. It's something that's constant going, you know, and it's something that's why when Jesus come with something for preliminaries, they're going with it, right? He don't want to make no changes because he might change the wrong part. You understand? So he keep practicing that. While you find other bands might make, they might say 245, this one make 245, this one make 220. You say, damn boy, something, I have to change this part. You might go and take out the wrong part and put in the next part, and instead of getting 250, you might get 190 now. And it keep going so many times, so you have to stick, sometimes you have to stick with them, with what you have, and go forward. And just practice, have it packed down, so that when you go back there now, you could move forward. But like this here with Bugsy and thing. Bugsy, I think Bugsy had more time. You see, Bugsy had more drive. The tune had more drive. Bugsy tune had a drive. And I figured he had more time. He could have made it. He could have made it in the lineup. In the one. But, you know, let me tell you something, Leo. You see, like, if I have a band and the next band come and win, and they play to win, that's it with me, you know. That's it. You play to win and you win. If they have nothing, well, I think they have nothing to take. They played and they win. That's it. Some people just mad up. We should have win. We should have not we. The judges say that. They don't care how much good you play. The judges say that. You go and inquire with the judge, you know. All right, ladies, I will see you.
In Panorama, do all the bands have to play one specific tune? I mean, like for that competition?
No, different calypsos, you know. You could choose.
Oh,
you could choose any kind of calypso you want to perform that night, you know. But when you go through preliminaries with this, you have to go through all the time with that. No changing of that, because that is what you play.
Until that's played.
Till it's over. You know, so that's the whole thing. So maybe I will see you all sometime.
Next week.
Let's see. I'll try and see if I could do it, you know. We just have a little rap session and we just discuss and laugh and amuse yourself, and that's it.
If he got you, come if he buys you something. Which one feeds you?
Boy, Lord, you have roti, eat roti, well. You have roti, well. You have roti, well.